Hello, 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 hello. It is time for a live stream. This week we're going to talk about, later when we get into it, I'm curious, does ChatGPT give good weight loss advice? I mean, I kind of know the answer, but I thought it'd be fun to do it here on the live stream. And I've got a new laptop. It was time to upgrade. My other one was slowing me down too much. So I'm going to be setting up things as I go, but this laptop should last for years. So I shouldn't have to do this again for a while. Of course I say that, but I keep upgrading. But actually I'm making changes where I actually shouldn't need to do that anymore. So, but anyway, welcome, welcome. Good to have you here. And, oh, there we go. Oh, some of y'all are showing up quick. Hey, good to see you. Good to see you. Let's do a sound check on the music. There we go. Music's in good shape. Ooh, that's a good song. That one should be added to the celebration playlist. Let's add that one to the celebration playlist. Yes, here later we will be doing wins, of course, because that's what we do. I like to do wins with people here on our Monday morning motivation. Celebrate with everybody. And let's bring the chat window in. Hold on, let me make sure there's nothing I don't want to show. Okay. There's my ultra wide monitor. Let's see. That needs to be just to the eCam comments and reactions. There we go. Got that set up. And we do not need the desktop background. Zoom app to window. There we go. So, good morning, everyone. So good to see you. Always enjoy having you here. Let's resize that and make that a little bit better. And I also made this one. Yeah, I like that. Oh, this is my. I can delete that. I can hide that. We're not using that. So, good morning, everybody. Let's see. You know what I miss? I hope I just know this is you, but like I miss when this was like, it showed people's names. Like I was learning. Like I knew who most of y'all were, but now I don't know. I mean, I know who you are. Thankfully, if you have like your profile picture or something, I could see who you are. So we're going to do a little bit of some color, yes, and that border needs to be narrower, and it needs to be my brand yellow color, which I don't have loaded in here. So we're just letting everybody load up. Interesting title. Yes, so this week we're going to be doing, I thought it'd be fun to see, I'll pull up ChatGPT here in a little bit, and we will type in some weight loss questions. I'll let you tell me what questions to ask it, and we'll see. Because ChatGPT is interesting, to use as a weight loss thing. And I thought we could do that together and just have a little fun with it and see what it shows. But I wanted to show my screen name again. Yeah, Rhea, I'm right there. I'm right there with you. Like, I don't like this. Like, and it's not something I controlled. It was a YouTube thing, and they did not check with me. I mean, gosh, I was waiting for their call. I figured YouTube would certainly check with me to make sure I was okay with it. YouTube didn't give a crap about me. I'm just another peon, but that's okay. I mean, I like YouTube in general. Like, I'm good with YouTube as a platform. So, but hey, by the way, if you're new here, if you don't know, I have a podcast. New episodes go live every Friday. Got one that went live this past Friday, and just talked about some basics of weight loss actually for that one. So you can find that on all your podcasting platforms. Let's see. I asked what beliefs were getting in my way. Ooh, that'll be interesting. See, think of some questions that we can ask it together. I think that'll be a fun thing to ask it and see what it comes up with. 1 second. I got to get the dang hex code for my brand yellow that I use. I got to get into Canva where I got it stored. There it is. I have a brand kit in my But I've got to make that brand kit easier to find. Those of you that are into marketing and whatnot, you will understand. Yeah, YouTube should have checked with me for sure. All right, let's put that yellow here. Oh, really? You're not going to give me the brand thing? Oh, can I do the eyedropper over here? Oh, I can. Good. So there we go. And then how can I change the color of the text? What is cut out? Oh, that looks terrible. Rotation, perspective, shadow. Yeah, we can do a shadow, but how do I change the text color? Oh, maybe I can't. Okay, well. Oh, there it is. Edit text. Ah, perfect. That's what I'm looking for because I want to have the text color of this. Did that work? That did work. Yes. Wonderful. Wunderbar. All right. I did get coffee today already ahead of time, so I'm not going to have to step away to go get coffee. But don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to get more streams like this. Look at that. That was not set up correctly at all. Let's try that again. That's how it's supposed to look. Now the next things I got to get loaded in here. I got to get loaded in the real fun things, which is my confetti reaction pack. Let's get these loaded. Now, I apologize, everybody. There's about to be a whole bunch of things that are about to show up on my screen. All right, so I apologize. Oh my gosh. When I put them in, it loads them all at once. So that was a celebration overload. Overload of celebration. Except I think I put those in the wrong spot. I think I want those down here. Yeah, there we go. But silly little marketing people. Yeah. Ooh, see, that'll be an interesting question to ask ChatGPT. Do you think your body has a natural default weight, and how do you know the difference between reaching it and a plateau? I'll tell you my answer to that question, though, because this is actually a question I've looked into quite a bit. And I am firmly in the belief that no, I do not actually believe the body has it's the set point theory, right? Like where people are like, oh, your body has a set point that it wants to be. I actually don't prescribe to that notion that the body has a set point that it wants to stay at. I think the body wants to stay where it is at, if that makes sense. And now there's a lot of nuance to that, and it's not subtle. No, subtle's not the right word. There's a lot of nuance to it, and it doesn't impact it in a subtle way. And a lot of people don't think about the nuance. I actually think what's more sticky, so to speak, than a body's natural set point, I actually think the mind has a set point. Our brain and our lifestyle habits, routines want to stay the same, and our brain wants to live the life that it's comfortable with. But what if the life that you're comfortable with creates weight gain? And well, then you're naturally want to do that. Or what if it's just the amount of movement and energy you take in causes your body to want to be around, let's say like 250, right? But that's just because the lifestyle, the amount of food you take in paired with the amount of energy that you output, paired with the current conditioning of your body at that time, your body wants to hang there. But of course, bodies change. Bodies change over time. And so the set point actually changes, but it's not a purely biological set point. We cannot negate and discount the effects of lifestyle habits and routines. We cannot look past that. And I think far too often people look past that. Wow, that chat box just takes up a little bit too much of the screen. Well, I'm trying to get these ratios just right, because if I get it right, then I can make the text visible. Well, we'll just leave it like this. It's okay. If you're watching on HD, you can see it. I can see it. I've asked ChatGPT to take a stern tone with me because I find ChatGPT to be too nice. Yeah. ChatGPT does get way too nice. Way too nice. It's way too agreeable. I've actually come to the conclusion, my personal opinion. I think ChatGPT is not only a bad therapist, I think it's a harmful therapist. I think it's a bad life coach. Now, that's today. Go 5 years in the future, that might be different. But I have this sneaking suspicion that humans are going to want to learn to be a better human from a human. At least that's me projecting my internal beliefs out into the world. I don't want to learn to be a better human from a machine. I want to learn to be a better human from a human. I mean, that's just how I look at it. I want to look at a human that's getting the results, because I also am of the belief that I'm not going to take human advice from someone that isn't embodying and living the advice that they're talking about. Like, for me, that's really, really important. Like, if I don't take advice from people I wouldn't trade places with. So if I was wanting to work on, let's say, running, like, right, I'm doing ultra marathon training because I'm training for an ultra next year. I would not take running advice from someone who does not run ultra marathons. Like, and preferably somebody that is doing it at a level that is much better than me. Because I know their advice is something that is doable. And if I can't figure out how to do it, I can ask them questions and they can help me figure out with the implementation. And so that's how I look at it. I mean, I think AI has wonderful ways to enhance things. I think a coach or a therapist that uses AI will be highly valuable. I think there's going to be therapists that embrace the use of AI and therapists that don't. I don't know how that's all going to work with HIPAA and everything, but like in the coaching consulting world, I use AI for all sorts of things. It's interesting. I actually use it as an example to help me with notes. If I take a massive amount of notes on something, I can use it to condense and analyze those notes far faster than I could do it. And a lot cheaper than if I had to pay somebody. So yeah, I mean, the reality is ChatGPT has prevented me from hiring and paying people. I mean, that is true, but only in some areas. I still pay people to do things. So yeah. Let's see. Hold on. I need to search for something here on my Canva account. I thought I made a design for Monday Morning Motivation. Monday Motivation. Yes, please search all my projects. Oh, I did. Oh, but I didn't make a thing. All right. So share. We need to, you know what? Hey, let's crowdsource this. So you know how I've been doing the segment where we do wins every week, and I'm really enjoying it, and I'm wanting to lean into it. Like, I want to make this whole overlay thing work well. I'm going to make graphics. I'm going to get soundtracks. Like, I really, 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 really like celebrating the wins with everybody. It's super fun. It's very motivating for me. I think it's inspiring. But I think that segment needs a name. We need to call it something. What should we call the segment where we celebrate wins? Because, it's nice, right? You kind of get it ready, you load up the chat, and then you just dump them in. We throw the music, we're celebrating, we're hooping and hollering and just having a great old time. And I want people to look forward to coming and like dropping their win in the chat. I think that'd just be super, super fun. And one thing I'm even wanting to work on doing, can I let you know a secret on what I'm wanting to do in 2026? I've already got the pieces together for it. You know how Dave Ramsey, if anybody's ever listened to Dave Ramsey, people call in and do their debt-free screams? I want to do something like that. I want to do something when people hit like Wonderland, Tutopia, 100 pounds down, and of course, goal weight, where people come in and they can call in and tell me, and I can hear your voice and we could play it here and like do some fun things. Like I just think it'd be so cool. I think it'd be so cool. I've wanted to do it for a long time. It's a time thing, right? There's a lot of logistics that go into making that work reliably. And there's some changes that are going into place this week that are going to free up more time for me to really up my production quality. All right, let's see. The Wind Zone. We got here from Joseph. Winderland. The Wind Zone could be kind of fun. All right, so we got the Wind Zone. What else could we do? I don't know. We need to think about it. But let's get ready. So what I want you to do, I'm going to kind of create a little graphic overlay. I'm going to create a new screen here that we can do to celebrate our wins. So let's do this. Celebration time. I'm just going to call it celebration time on my end. And let's see, the background of this is going to be. Oh, sorry, everybody. Sorry. That was me. That was me. When I turned off the video, this thing, it mutes the mic because it's like, oh, there's nobody on camera. Let's help him out and mute his mic so he doesn't say something embarrassing. All right. Yeah, I like the winner circle. That could be kind of nice. Yeah, actually, more to think about that. I kind of dig that. I don't know. We'll try it. We can always change it. We can always change it up, right? We don't have to. We don't have to stay stuck with it. Yeah, thanks for the delay. You'll give it a second, y'all. The audio should catch up and y'all should be able to hear it. So there he is. Yep, see, there I am. Now I'm back. So let's see. And I want the text to be down because if I show something, yeah, I want it to play. Now the question is does that do it? Sound is back. Oh, good. Sound is back. Yes. Oh, wow. It just always puts the comment right there over it. That's okay. That's all right. Let's go ahead and get to it. So what I want you to do, I'm going to go ahead and play a clip like I've been doing. And then we're going to get your wins. So what I want you to do is start thinking of your wins. And while the clip is playing, you can put them in the chat if you want. And, oh, it's going to help if I actually have a clip to play queued up. So don't put it in yet. Cause I'll kind of avert my eyes a little bit so I can react. I like reacting live with you. That's part of the fun for me. I think, I need to find a short one that I did here. Oh, here we go. We'll do this one. All right. So I'm going to play a clip. And what I want you to do is when the clip is playing, put your win in the chat. Go ahead and tell me what your win is. Tell me how you kicked butt. And that'll be... Oh, wait, I need to bring the plain one back. There we go. Tell me how you kicked butt. And yeah, we'll celebrate together. And so the winning moment, winner's hour, winner minute, the minute of wins. I'm going to have to really think about it. So, all right, here we go. I'm going to give you a little thing for those of you that are looking for a great option to get movement into your life. I want to tell you about a great, easy way to get your steps in, even if you don't have access to a gym, if you don't have time to go out and go on walks, if your climate where you live is just garbage this time of year, disrespectfully cold, and even if you only just have little minutes here and there that you can work it in. Let me show you my favorite thing. The device that I like to use is a walking pad. So you can get lots of different walking pads. I just got this one at a Dick's Sporting Goods or Academy or something. One of the just local big box sporting goods store. And you can get different ones that are rated for actually to hold quite a bit of weight. So that is something you need to look into, is make sure it's rated for whatever weight that you're at. And these things I used to think would be cheap, would be flimsy, which wouldn't be easy to use, but I was so wrong. These things work phenomenally well. and it feels really easy to walk on. So let's, we'll show you a little bit what the setup is like for this one. So you just have a power cord. Now, if my couch were just a little bit higher, I could actually slide this right underneath the couch. I've thought about actually putting my couch up on blocks so that I could just slide it right underneath, but I kind of don't like how that looks. And then you flip it on. Okay, now this one comes with a remote as well as a mobile app. Now, this is not necessarily me reviewing a specific model, and that's why I'm not really going to get too caught up on this one. I just want to give you an example what they could look like, what they could function like. But what's nice about these things is you can toss this under a desk or even just here in a living room. I just moved in. The plan is I'm going to get a TV here, and then I could literally just toss my walking pad right here, and then I could watch the TV while I walk. And the nice thing with these is you can go really, really slow. So if you're like, oh no, I'm not real sure if I'm going to be comfortable without railings or anything, which was something I was a little worried about, but it's really not that bad. And the more you use it, the more comfortable you get with it. Now with these, this one you can take it to go pretty fast. You know, even I usually do it right around 3 miles an hour. So which is about a pace like this. Just a good, brisk, active walking pace. I have done 10,000 steps on these things. They're really, really good. Some of them, the motors can get a little warm, so that is something you're gonna have to think about. But walking pad, highly recommend it. 10 out of 10, would recommend to a friend or anybody wanting to keep active in their life. So walking pad, check it out if you're looking to get steps so that you can trigger some weight loss by getting more movement in your life. Walking pad. 10 out of 10, just as I said in the video. Definitely recommend it. I had an idea for a win thing. We're getting ready to do our wins. Hold on, I need to do run scene. So what if we call this? How about this? Tell me what you think of this. Helps if I spell it right. Let's see. How about that? Triumph time. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know now that I see it. Or we could do... champion shout outs. You know, we shout out the champions. Those that did something in the name of their goal. I mean, that makes you a champion. I don't know. We'll think about it. I'm just going to leave this one here for a bit. So let's get the music going and let's get ready to start celebrating your victories. No, that's right. That one. Here we go. All right. Let's scroll up. Let's find our first win. Drop your wins in the comments. Drop your wins in the chat. And we'll celebrate them together. All right. Let's find our first one. Here it is. All right. Last night, I didn't want to cook. Instead of going and getting fast food like I wanted to, I made myself get up and made the soup I planned while listening to an audiobook. Big win. Yes, indeed. Sticking to the plan. Did not gain weight over Thanksgiving. What? I know for many people, that's a big deal. Many people. Thanksgiving always got them, so it's a great job not letting Thanksgiving come in and get you. Oh, David here lost a half pound over the Thanksgiving weekend. So not only did you fantastic. Great job. I'm not sure who this is. CES Smith 1074. Join the guild. Welcome to the guild, champion. So glad to have you. It's going to be a fun week. Stay tuned. You'll be getting more information. Glad to have you here. Hit a new low on Thanksgiving from Bonnie. Wonderful. First Thanksgiving being so active. And as you said, you loved it. I love being active on Thanksgiving. It's actually become a really fun part. I look forward to it every time, being active on it. Tiffany, I walked jog for the first time in years. And then I did it again. Ooh, I also got a PR on my mile time. Great job. Congrats on that PR. Love getting a good PR. Liz did 2, not 1, but 2 5Ks and walked over 20,000 steps in one day, despite the rude weather outside. Great job, Liz. Great job, Liz. Oh, Tiffany bringing up another one. Another one. Tiffany entered a new decade. Welcome. That's what winners do. Winners are always moving into the newest decade. Now there's the funky bass. All right, Hope. I worked out while visiting my family more times than ever before, raising the bar. Love that. Fiona exercised 4 days in a row post-Thanksgiving. I walked over 12,000 steps a day Thanksgiving week. Mind blown there, Fiona. I saw your post in Circle. I saw what you were posting. That was awesome. That was awesome what you were doing. I love that you shared it. Thanks for sharing it in the community. Susanna, my youngest son, brought home the stomach bug for Thanksgiving. The stomach bug weight loss plan. Silver linings, I guess. I've been there. Also walked a 5K on Thanksgiving, Fiona. Fiona, last week, it just seems like you just crushed it. Absolutely crushed it. Jeremiah. Wins for the week. Didn't deprive any foods. Ate what I wanted, just in moderation. Weight loss of 1 pound, actually. What? I love it. Not depriving yourself and seeing the scale go in the direction you want it. That's how winning is done. When you don't restrict, don't cut out all your favorite foods, and instead you just moderate. Not sure who this is. Had under 2,000 steps at 8 p.m. because I was doing homework. Decided to get out at 8, despite it being the first snow of the season, and got 7,000 steps in. What? Man, a lot of people, they'd get to that point in the day, they'd be like, day's done. It's too much. It's over. It's over for me, but not you. Not you. You showed up, you pushed, and you did it. Great job. Rachel, I did a 10K. A 10K? That's 6 miles. With 3 of my kids. Great job. Jeremiah again, I had a moment on Saturday. I turned down fresh cookies at the in-laws. Said, are you just not going to enjoy the holidays? Led to a good conversation about being able to enjoy family time without the sweets. That kind of conversation is pure gold. When you have a conversation like that with people, you're slowly changing people's minds, helping people see that there's a new way that they could do things. The food does not have to be the way you show love. Does not have to be the thing that shows if you enjoyed a holiday. Wonderful. Laura walked my highest step count ever on Friday. 22,000 steps. Wow. How's that feel? How's that feel to do that? I love hitting a personal best. There's just no other feeling like it. There's no other feeling like it. Got your steps in. Great job, Dale, and welcome to the guild. Glad to have you. I believe I saw you there last night. I remember seeing your profile picture here. Right there. I believe I saw your face on the screens last night. You came to an unorthodox session last night, but glad you came. Glad you came. Fat Lighter Fitness showed up for my hour workout on Saturday, despite not wanting to. You know, when you push yourself to show up for something like that when you don't want to, those moments change you. They really do. They really, really do. All right. Is anyone having issues with the voice? I don't know. If y'all are having issues with the voice, be sure to let me know. All right. And 5K on Thanksgiving Day. First time doing it. I love it when people do it first time. I absolutely love it. I still remember my first time doing it. Doing that 5K on Turkey Day and just being like, wow, who even am I? And now here I am. 6 Thanksgivings later. Still doing it. It's just who I am now. It's just how I roll. It's a great job, everybody. Thanks for sharing your wins. Thanks for showing up for you. Thanks for working for your future self. On behalf of future you, thank you. Thank you. I'm telling you, I have the benefit of perspective. I'm on this side of the journey. And I get to remember what it was like to be at the beginning, to be in the middle, to be near the end, to be in the weight loss phase. But the thing I've realized and I've learned, and hopefully all of you will learn it too, this doesn't end. There's no finish line. I once used to think there was a finish line. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a finish line to be done with. And that's how I always approached weight loss in the past, with a finish line. But there isn't a finish line. There isn't. There's just the next chapter, the next phase. You're always going to need to be working on your body because you're not dead. I realized I always was looking at weight loss like a finite problem, something I deal with once and then I'm done. But if you really just pause and just reflect on that for a moment, you'll realize it's really more like showering or brushing your teeth. You can never take a shower so good that you never need to shower again. But you can neglect to shower for so long that first shower gets a lot of filth and grime off. And then if you keep showering, everything's fine. Or it's like cleaning your house. You can never clean your house so good that you never need to clean it again. But you can neglect it for a long, long period of time, and it needs a massive amount of cleaning to bring it up to par. But once you got it there, it's easy to keep it there. But you still got to keep cleaning it. And that's what I realize is the case with managing your weight. You don't lose weight and then you're done. You manage your weight, you get it to par, you get it where you want it, and then you manage it there, but you're always having to take care of it. Your body's always going to be changing and adapting as you get older. Lifestyles and habits are going to shift and evolve. Circumstances that you find yourself in, like your environment, your community, are going to shift. Your belief systems even, if you'll allow them to, they'll begin to shift and change over time. So just that was a big thing to learn. This is not a game with an end. And when I started looking at my weight and my fitness and my health and my happiness as a game with no end, I started approaching it differently. I started thinking like, okay, how can I lose weight in a way I can do forever? But I'm not going to lose weight forever. So how can I live in a way that doesn't create weight gain that I can do forever? That was a question I had never asked before. I had never asked that question before. All right, so let's pivot and have a little fun here. We're going to pull up ChatGPT. Now, this is going to be interesting because my ChatGPT is actually fairly well trained on weight loss because I've been using it for, since ChatGPT came out. It's seen every podcast transcript. It's seen many of my guild meeting transcripts. It's seen so many transcripts. So my ChatGPT has actually got a lot of good information in it, but it still hallucinates and gets things wrong. But what I thought we could do, again, having a little fun here, is let's think of some questions to ask ChatGPT and see how it answers, and I'll critique its answers. So first thing we need to do is we need to create a scene here. We'll bring up ChatGPT. Perfect. And now I need to bring in me. Okay, we'll just put me up here, I guess. So let's think of our very first question. What is the first question that we want to ask ChatGPT regarding weight loss? So I got to load up my buttons here while I'm giving you a chance to think of a question we might want to ask it. What would you want to ask ChatGPT? Now, actually, I think we had some great comments up above. Oh, I didn't realize I did that. That just showed whatever window I was on. Oh, hey, you can see my stream deck. That's how I do my my buttons here. So let's go here. Oh, here we go. We got a good question here from Hope. Where should I start if I want to lose weight? I like that question. So here, let's do this. We'll put that up here. All right. Where should I start if I want to lose weight? We're just going to enter it, see what it says. All right, let's see what we get. No, actually, I'll put this over here. All right. Start with the simplest thing that gives you the biggest return, okay? Most people try to overhaul their entire life on day 1 and burn out by day 7. That's true. You don't need a perfect plan. Also true. You need a clear starting point that builds momentum. Here's what I tell anyone to begin with, all right? Start by getting clear on your current state. There are only 3 states your body can be in: gaining, maintaining, or losing. That's it. Gee, this sounds familiar. You don't need to change anything yet. Just start by paying attention to how you're actually living. Most people underestimate how much they eat and overestimate how consistent they are. Awareness alone isn't shifting your choices. All right, I like that answer so far. Next, choose one action you can do even on your worst day. That is good advice. That is good advice. Pick something boring and repeatable. Okay, we need to talk about that for a second. Boring and repeatable. So I do a lot of one-on-one coaching, and it is not unusual when working with one of my clients that a person will express something to the effect of like, this feels monotonous. I'll check in. How's it going today? They're like, same as yesterday. I'm like, cool. I'm looking for the boring monotony. The reality is weight management is supposed to be boring and repeatable. It's like investing, right? Like good, stable investing is just boring. It's just boring. So yeah, I like this. Boring and repeatable. But let's look here. Some examples that it gives us. Eat only when, hold on, can I make this bigger? Because this seems too small. Oh, here we go. Make text bigger. What's the keyboard shortcut for that? Okay. Oh, here we go. Now you should be able to actually read it. All right, that should be better. That's better. Let's scroll down to where we were. Make a repeat. So some examples. Eat only when you're hungry instead of out of habit. Good. That's not bad to start with. Stop eating when you're no longer hungry, not stuffed. Also good. Take a 10-minute walk after dinner. That one's good, but the problem I have with like the whole like take a 10-minute walk after dinner, unless you like have PCOS or something like that, where really you kind of almost need to get that weight loss going. It's hard to make that like an ironclad rule. Like I don't always have time to do that. There's a lot of times I'm doing dinner on the go. So that one is fine. You just can't always do it. Drink water before you grab a snack. That one's fine, but it's not going to hurt. Sit down for every meal so you're not eating on autopilot. I mean, again, it's okay. I probably wouldn't advise somebody to do that as a beginning. Because it's like you can't commit to doing that forever. It would help you for a short time. I mean, it might be as like a temporary thing to break a cycle, but yeah. Okay, this one's interesting. Learn how to feel discomfort without quitting. Oh, that's a big one. That one's huge because for most people, if you're obese, emotional eating 100% was a factor in that. And learning how to be uncomfortable without eating is big. So let's read ahead. You don't lose weight because you find the perfect diet. You lose weight because you learn how to sit with urges, emotions, boredom, stress, fatigue without using food to handle it. This is the heart of weight loss. Okay, yeah, I might word that a little differently, but yeah, I agree. That's good. If you can learn to pause, breathe, and choose instead of react, your body will follow. This is good, but it doesn't really give you any actionable information. It doesn't tell you how to do that. Focus on becoming the person who follows through. Weight loss happens when identity shifts. Tell yourself you're becoming the person. Okay, this one's big. For many people, being the big person, the big guy, the big girl is a part of our identity. And a person let it become a part of how they identify themselves. That's actually, you're going to have to get past that. If you still view yourself as a big person in your mind, when you go to lose weight, you'll subtly sabotage yourself because you can't act out of alignment of your internally held self-image. And so when we're looking at this, tell yourself, I'm becoming someone who moves. I'm becoming someone who doesn't eat till I'm stuffed. I'm becoming someone who eats when I'm hungry. You got to just literally chant this stuff to yourself again and again and again and again and again. You have to recondition your mind, and you use your conscious mind. utilizing the constant spaced repetition of a new idea to recondition your subconscious mind so that eventually your subconscious mind begins to actually help you. This is one of the things I teach in NeuroShift, is how to purposefully recondition the subconscious mind. This is actually, it's interesting learning how to do that. This isn't new information. Reconditioning the subconscious mind. It's not even like really a secret. It's just something that people don't talk about. And a lot of the mystical hippy dippy woo woo shit people have like made it where people don't want to touch it. But it's like, no. There's the whole mystical side of things. Let's just stay away from that. Let's just look at the real part of this. Like, your subconscious mind actually affects you, and your subconscious mind 100% influences the choices you make and the actions you take. And your subconscious mind is conditionable, programmable. And you do it through the constant spaced repetition of a new idea. So this is really good advice. It's not going to trigger weight loss in the short term, but in the long term, it'll be a big deal. All right. So this information, this is good, but yeah, this it's good. It's just, it doesn't tell you what to do today. So not bad. Not a bad question. Let's go back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete that one out of my chat window here. And then we're going to do another question, and we'll open it, deleting chat. Okay, there we go. Now it's deleted. I think I saw another question in here. Let's see. Oh, here we go. This is an interesting question. Is it safe for a woman to work out fasted? Yeah, let's look that up. I know the answer to this one. So let's see. I like asking ChatGPT questions that I know the answers to. Because then I can evaluate its answers. So, is it safe for women to work out fasted? So, just for the record, the answer is yes. It is perfectly safe. There's absolutely nothing unsafe about it. But let's go ahead and look. Now, before I type enter here, I'll give more of the answer. It is safe, but is it wise to work out fasted? The answer is depends. It is not universally wise. It is not universally unwise. It depends on the woman's body. It depends on the circumstances and situations that she finds herself in. Here, let's bring up our question. I'll leave that question up here. So it entirely depends, is the reality. There are circumstances where working out fasted would actually not be particularly helpful. And there are times when working out fasted would actually be helpful. And so let's see what ChatGPT tells us when we ask it this question. Is it safe for a woman to work out fasted? Let's see, what does it say? Yes, it is generally safe for a woman to work out fasted as long as she feels good doing it and listens to her body. Perfect. The research on fasted training isn't gender specific in a way that says women can't or shouldn't do it. The person comes down to, yep. Okay. Here's a simple, practical way to think about it. Let's see what it says. Fasted workouts are usually fine when, this will be interesting to see what it says. Because as I said, sometimes it's completely okay, and sometimes it's actually problematic. So fast workouts usually find when the workout is light, moderate, or walking. Okay. Has eaten normally the day before. That one's important. Hydrated. Very important. Doesn't feel shaky, lightheaded, nauseous, or weak. Yep. Her menstrual cycle isn't already putting her under less stress. I completely agree with all these answers. I don't disagree with any of that. Let's look at the next one. Fasted workouts may not be ideal when she's doing very intense training like sprints, heavy lifting, or long endurance sessions. I don't know that I fully agree with that. It says may, so that's where it's leaving us some gray area, which is important. Is prone to dizziness or blood sugar swings. I agree with that one. Didn't eat enough the day before. 100% agree with that one. Pregnant or dealing with medical condition. Yep, agreed. Notices increased fatigue, irritability, poor performance, and fasted. Okay. Most women do totally fine with fasted cardio. Some even say they feel lighter, mentally clear. Perfect. If a woman wants to try fasted training, the smart approach is to experiment. Okay, so here's so this is a fine answer. But the way I would think, taking this a step further, the way I think of fasted training is just do it sometimes. Literally just the other day, I went on how long of a run was it? 3-4 mile run, fasted. Woke up, didn't eat, went and just did it. And that was fine. And then I didn't eat immediately right after. The body can handle it. And we got to remember, the body has energy in its system. But I had been eating. I'd eaten plenty of food the day before, gotten plenty of sleep. I was well hydrated. So there was nothing wrong with it, so it's nothing. Yeah. So that's a good one. So Julie, so this is what's interesting. Yeah. So yes, ChatGPT does learn from previous input. So my ChatGPT should be more accurate than just a general off the shelf ChatGPT with regards to weight management. Should be. But again, it still doesn't always get things dead on. Oh, here we go, Jeremiah. Let's see what have we got here. Here's a few. Have it calculate target calories and ideal weight for body size. I'm in a plateau. What should I do? I need specific numbers. I'm in a plateau. What should I do to jumpstart some weight loss? I'm burnt out on weight loss. What should I do next? Okay, so the first one, I would need just a lot of information, but we could do, hold on, I got to delete that other chat that I just did. Delete. There we go. Because I don't want it to kind of influence the answers that I'm doing now. Let's do, I'm in a plateau. No, here we go. I'm burned out on weight loss. What should I do next? I like that one. I like that one. That one will be a good one to ask. So I am burned out on weight loss and still have a ways to go. Let's say, I don't know, I'm just gonna throw a number in there, 50 pounds. Here, we'll put 50-ish to make it even. There we go. 50-ish weights to go. What should I do next? Let's see what it says. This is a question I actually know very well. So when you hit this stage, it usually means one thing. You've been carrying the whole journey on sheer force of will for a long time. I would agree. And your mind is tired of white knuckling it. That doesn't mean you're done. It just means your strategy has to shift. Here's how I'd coach you through it. Okay, ChatGPT, what would you say? Stop trying to lose weight for a moment. No, I do not agree with you, ChatGPT. Second, shrink the game. If your current plan feels heavy, it's too big. Right now, okay, I agree with the second point. You need small, clean victories to restore your sense of control. Possibly. So here's the problem with ChatGPT. You notice what ChatGPT did not do? It did not say, help me understand what I'm burned out on weight loss means. It just made an assumption of what it means. And that is a major problem with ChatGPT. It is not inquisitive, nor is it seeking clarity of terms, of the story behind what's happening. And so when we're looking at this, it's giving direct, actionable advice without understanding the circumstances and situations. So these answers, I have given these answers to people, but I've also had people where I would not give them these answers because they would be wrong. So yeah, that's a major problem I have with this one. So it's not that these are wrong answers. They're just not universally correct answers. Let's see. But pick one tiny, painless habit that moves you in the right direction. Something you can do on your worst day. Think, keep my evening. See, again, it's not asking, what is your plan? What were you doing? It's not trying to help adjust. One habit, not five. I mean, that's fine. Ask yourself, why the burnout is here? Okay, now we're getting to something. It should have opened with this one. What is exhausting you? Is it perfection? Is it pressure to hit the goal fast? Is it feeling? Okay, there we go. This is what I would do. Before giving any advice, we would have to ask more questions. If a person came to me and said, I'm burned out on losing weight, I'm totally burned out from the process. Before we could move to the advice phase, we've got to understand why. What is making you burned out? What specifically are you burned out on? Maybe a person's like, I'm digging fitness. Fitness is kicking butt. I'm totally happy with this. Eating healthier, I'm loving the new foods I'm eating. I'm just kind of burned out on being in a deficit. Oh, okay. We can work through that. Or I'm just burned out on having to get all this damn protein in. Oh, okay. We can work with that. So that's, yeah, these questions would be where I would lead with. Like, it should have started with that and not even given these answers right here. But let's keep going and see what it says. A few journal prompts to help. Okay, what's the story I'm telling myself? That's a good question. That's a good question. What's the story I'm telling myself that makes this feel hard? Where am I expecting too much of myself? Also a good question. What feels unsustainable even though I keep pretending it isn't? These are three wonderful questions. If I was feeling burned out from weight loss, these questions could 100% help me get that clarity that I seek to understand that. I like that question a lot. All right. Fourth, reconnect with the part of you that wants this. Ah, here it is. This is where it knows me. You see how I use the phrase sharpen your why? That's a phrase I use. My ChatGPT has 100% learned that for me. But burnout dulls the edge of your motivation. You don't need hype. You need clarity. Clarity of your why. One with a strong enough why can endure almost any how. And if you're unwilling to continue, it is because you don't have a sufficiently compelling enough reason to continue. And that is always important to remember. So you have to go back and reconnect with your sources of motivation. Sometimes when we go back to reconnect with our sources of motivation, we realize we've actually already accomplished everything and we need entirely new sources of information, new whys for why we're going to lose weight. Let's see, ask yourself, why do I want to become thin? I would say, why do you want to become? Well, yeah, if you're burned out on weight loss, yeah, we could drop the healthy, happy, and shape and focus, why do I want to be thin? But usually for me, the question is, why do I want to be thin, healthy, happy, and shape? But if we're just being hypothetical here, this would be fine. What would reaching that last 50 pounds unlock for me, practically, emotionally, socially? That's a good question, because as we identified here in our question, I have 50-ish pounds to go. We're reconnecting to the why on the other side of the 50 pounds lost. That's good. What's the future version of me trying to pull me forward? I like that too. So Jeremiah, by the way, if you're dealing with this, no joke, I would sit down and journal these questions, or I would get on a Marco Polo with somebody and start talking about the answers to these questions. Fifth, get out of your head and into your environment. Ooh, let's see what this says. If your surroundings are draining you, they will win. I mean, I guess. Tighten up the simple stuff. Okay, that I like. Food environment, evening routine, sleep. Yes, a way you could think of this is like the bites, licks, and tastes. A lot of times if we're getting a little burned out, that would help with a plateau. If you're burned out, tightening up almost might make it worse. So no, this actually might be harmful, depending. But let's see. Move that here. Finally, don't confuse burnout with failure. You didn't mess up. You didn't fall off. You didn't lose your edge. You used a tool long enough that it wore down. Now you're switching tools. This is fine. All right, so this answer, again, let's say I had a coach that worked for me and a coach gave a client this answer, I would be critiquing the hell out of this answer. I mean, if this was the answer, let's say it was an email exchange, I would ask the coach, like, why did you launch right into advice giving? Like, you shouldn't have given any advice. Your advice might not be working. You don't know you don't have clarity of the problem. Like, I'm burned out on weight loss. That is the effect. I'm burned out. That doesn't tell you why the person is burned out. We need to understand the motives behind the emotion of burnout. What are the thoughts and feelings and stories that a person in their mind has that is leading to this feeling of burnout? Because we have to find those and reframe, understand, or even go further back in the chain and see what's going on. So yeah, no. Okay. So Jeremiah, I see you said that you're good. Yeah. And again, I didn't know if it applied or not, but so this answer was okay that ChatGPT gave, but honestly, I'd give this one out of 10. I'd give this one a 3 out of 10. I'm only giving it a 3 because it showed up with some really bomb, awesome, fantastic questions that are introspective in nature, but it gave advice, and humans will tend to just leap to the advice, but the advice might not be solving the actual problem. So I don't like ChatGPT's answer here on this one at all, actually. I think that one was a bad answer. With the exception of the questions. The questions are good. The answers might be accurate. They also might not be. Let's see. Let's look. Let's come up here. Start with questions here. Oh, here we go. Give me ideas to avoid emotionally eating, specifically some phrases to say that speak to my mindset. Oh, that'll be an interesting question to see what it says. All right, so let's try this. Oh, well, hold on here. We'll do this. Give me ideas to avoid emotional eating, specifically some phrases to say to myself that speak to my mindset. Okay, we'll hit send. Let's see what it says. What does it come up with? I'm curious what phrases it's going to do. Here's some mindset anchored phrases. Use the ones that hit, ignore the rest. Okay. Ooh, identity shifting, starting with that. I'm becoming the version of me who doesn't need food for comfort. I would say I'm the kind of person who doesn't need food for comfort. I would say that. But you could say I'm becoming as well, if that feels natural to you. I don't need this to feel better. I'm learning to feel instead of escape or numb. I like that. This craving is old conditioning, not the real me. Okay. I've done harder things in this moment. I mean, that's only true if you have. And you can remember it. I'm choosing who I want to be, not who I've been. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Trigger awareness. A trigger is not a command. This feeling will pass. I can sit with this. These are okay. Emotional clarity. I'm willing to feel this all the way through. Letting go of emotion. I don't have to fix this. I only have to... Oh, here we go. I don't have to fix this moment. I only have to be present. That one could be good. I survived every emotion I felt. Okay. I don't bargain with my old habits anymore. Ooh. Oh, that's interesting. I never considered one like that. Food is not my solution today. I actually like that one. Food is not my solution. The one I use for myself is food solves nothing. And if I'm really passionate, food solves fucking nothing. Sometimes you got to get real forceful with it. I can choose discomfort for a few minutes over regret for a day. Oh. Discomfort for a few hours or regret for a few days. I like that one. Long game thinking. Oh, let's see. One choice in alignment is powerful. Man, that's a mouthful. I'm building my future self right now. This is what becoming thin actually looks like. I don't like that one. I'm not interested in temporary relief. I'm interested in freedom. Okay, I kind of like that one. I might modify it a little bit. I'm practicing mastery in this moment. Okay, simple grounding. I'm okay. I'm safe. Just breathe. Let the urge peak and fall. I can wait 10 minutes and decide again. I'm not allowed to want food. I choose me, not momentary. Okay. These aren't bad. All right, let's see. Now give me ideas, not phrases, for when emotional eating urges hit. I'm going to, let's see. I'll put what I've been dealing with. So let's see. I have been dealing with intense emotional waves in the evening hours of every day as I am going through some things in life right now that are leaving me emotional, and it is not always pleasant. And my mind often is looking for something to soothe the pain. Okay, let's see what it comes up with. Just a little follow-up there. See what it says. Here's some practical ideas. These are not coping tips in the shallow sense. They are ways to redirect your system, okay? Full body shaking for 60 seconds. Okay. Cold water on the face. Okay. Step outside for fresh air. I like that one. A slow walk in the dark. That one's not bad if you have a place you can do that. Relocate the room you never eat in. Might work. Turn off overhead lights and switch to low light. Oh, well, I never thought about that. I might have to look into that one. Get away kitchen. Okay, that one's a good one. Yeah, get out of the kitchen. Name the emotion. This is okay. This one works. Name the emotion out loud. Now we're getting to something good. This is really good. Ask yourself what problem. So, all right, right away, let me tell you the problem with this. You see how long this list is? If a person were in it, in the moment, just like in the thick of it, feeling the throes of emotions and the urge to emotionally eat, when you get a list that is this big, it's too much. It's too much. When a person is in the thick of it, they don't need here, you can do any of these 25 things. That's just going to create decision paralysis. So, yeah, ChatGPT is not really helping in this one. I'm not really digging this answer here on how it handled it. It's fine. Yeah, this is. I think a person would just do a better job than this one. So, interesting. Good thoughts. The full body shaking would at least make me laugh. I mean, it might work. I mean, you might try it. It seems like a gimmick, but maybe it works. I've never tried that one. Let's see. All right. So I don't have any other questions. So does anybody else have any other thoughts or questions we might ask ChatGPT for weight loss? Let me delete that chat out of there. Delete. Oh, hey, while I'm thinking about it, new podcast episodes every Friday. So if you haven't checked out the Becoming Thin podcast, you can find new episodes every Friday on all your major podcasting platforms. Don't forget. And also, if you enjoy the live stream, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, and you'll be notified every time we go live here on YouTube. All right, we're right at time, right at 10 o'clock. Oh. All right, hold on. We got one more. I just saw this one. What diet should you do for weight loss? Okay, I'm actually kind of curious what it would say for that one. What diet should a person do for weight loss? Let's just see what it says. The one that keeps them in a calorie deficit while still letting them live their life. The truth is, nobody likes because it's flashy or extreme, but it's the only answer that actually works long term. Here's how I'd break it down so it's actually useful. A person should choose a way of eating they can stick to on their worst day, not their best one. Good advice. It keeps you in a calorie deficit without making you miserable. Also good. It keeps your personality and it fits your personality and preferences. Also good. It works in your life season. Also good. It reduces overeating by addressing triggers, not banning foods. Excellent. It feels sustainable enough that you don't fantasize about the day it ends. That's great, actually. So what diet should a person do? The one they can keep doing. The one that helps them eat a little less than they burn. The one that lets them feel like a human, not a robot. Everything else is just branding. Oh. Hold on, let's do this. A friend of mine suggested carnivore. Is this a good idea? Or here we go. We'll just see what it says. Carnivore can make someone lose weight, but not because it's magic. It works for the same reason every other diet does. It forces a calorie deficit. True. 100% true. Here's the real talk. Why carnivore can lead to weight loss. It massively restricts your food choices so people naturally eat fewer calories. Yep. Protein is very filling, so you feel fuller faster. Yep. Cutting out hyper-palatable food reduces overeating. Also, yep. All true. Those factors help someone lose weight in the short run. But here's the part most people ignore. Okay, let's see. Why carnivore usually falls apart long term. It's extremely restrictive and socially inconvenient. Hella true. So true. The moment life gets messy, people rebound hard. Yep. That tends to happen. Cravings tend to get stronger over time because deprivation builds pressure. 100% builds mental pressure. It doesn't address emotional eating at all. 100%. It teaches nothing about normal, sustainable eating. Wow. I'm loving this answer more and more. Most people end up swinging from one extreme to another. Yep. They feel amazing for a while, then crash, then feel ashamed, restart, quit again. Simply, here's the deeper truth. If someone is overeating because of emotional coping, stress, boredom triggers, carnivore won't fix that. It only suppresses the behaviors temporarily. Brilliant, ChatGPT. Brilliant. So is carnivore a good idea? Depends on the goal. If the goal is lifelong weight loss, becoming thin and staying thin, then no. Boom. That's where I like my ChatGPT. It's been trained pretty well. It's not sustainable for most humans. It doesn't teach normal eating. It doesn't build the skills that actually maintain healthy weight. It just forces compliance for a while. Yep. If a person loves meat, feels great on it, and enjoys living that way, then sure, it's an option. But that's a rare person, not the average one who has 100 pounds to lose and a lifetime of emotional eating behind them. Most people don't need extreme. They need repeatable. Oh, okay. I give this one a 10 out of 10. Everything about this one is bang on perfect. I would not change a single thing ChatGPT just said here. A single thing. Excellent. Excellent answer on this one. So it may not have got it on all of them, but on this one, yeah, that's good stuff because this is where Again, my ChatGPT has been loaded up with a lot of information. This is my work ChatGPT. It does. I do some personal things with it, yeah, but for the most part, this is work. So it really knows a lot. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Actually, what I really liked is this part right here. Right here. Is carnivore a good idea? It depends on the goal. Just this section right here is just a great answer. So, yeah. Because here's the thing that this is hitting on is carnivore doesn't address the underlying. Or here we go. Actually, hold on. I want to see what this says. Explain why carnivore doesn't address the cause of weight gain. I'm just curious what it will say. I'm curious what mine will say. And you know, we're going to have some fun with this. Here, I'm going to let it load. I'm not going to let you read it. And then I'm going to hit play and let ChatGPT talk to us, and we'll listen to what it says. And so, because I think this will be interesting to see. I've not done this actually. This isn't my normal use case for ChatGPT to look at a specific diet like this. Because normally I just I'll mention diets here and there, but I tend to try to like rise above the going after specific diets thing, because there's always a different flavor of the month. All right, here we go. Let's see what it says.
Carnivore cuts symptoms, not causes. It changes what a person can eat, but it does nothing to change why they overeat in the first place. And weight gain isn't caused by a lack of steak. It's caused by patterns, triggers, beliefs, and emotional conditioning.
Weight gain isn't caused by a lack of steak. That was funny. Okay.
That have been running for decades. Here's the cleanest way to explain it. 1. Carnivore removes foods, but not the urges. If someone eats when they're stressed, lonely, overwhelmed, bored, hurting, or trying to escape their own thoughts, taking away carbs doesn't dissolve those urges. It just forces them underground. The moment the restriction cracks, all the old patterns rush back. 2. Carnivore doesn't retrain the brain. Weight gain is a behavior problem rooted in thinking and emotional regulation. People eat for reasons that have nothing to do with hunger.
True.
They eat because their brain has been conditioned to use food for relief. Carnivore doesn't rewrite that conditioning. It just limits the available tools.
Oh, so true.
3, carnivore feels like control, but it actually strengthens the binge-restrict cycle. Extreme restriction usually leads to rebound eating. The mind builds pressure. The body builds cravings. When the dam breaks, overeating hits harder than before. This is the exact cycle that created the original weight gain for a lot of people.
Preach.
4, carnivore bypasses personal responsibility instead of building it. It gives the illusion of discipline. You're good as long as you follow the rules.
Hit him hard, man.
Long-term weight loss requires learning how to manage yourself in everyday life when everything is available. Carnivore doesn't train that skill. 5, carnivore doesn't address identity, self-image, or belief systems. If someone still sees themselves as the overweight person, the emotional eater, or the person who always fails, then no diet will save them.
Oh, I got to pause there. If someone still sees themselves as the overweight person, the emotional eater, or the person who always fails, then no diet will save them. Couldn't say it any better than that.
Carnivore never touches the internal identity work.
Truth.
It only changes the menu.
100%.
6, carnivore ignores the environment problems that caused weight gain. People gain weight because their environment makes overeating easy. Their routines are misaligned. Their coping skills are limited. Their defaults are stacked against them. Carnivore doesn't fix any of that. 7, the real cause of weight gain is a calorie surplus driven by emotional patterns, not carbs. People don't get to 100.
The real cause of weight gain is a calorie surplus driven by emotional patterns, not carbs. Sometimes ChatGPT says something so good, I'm like, damn it, why didn't I think to say it like that? That was a brilliant way to say that. Just that phrasing.
Extra
Perfect.
pounds because of blueberries. They get there because of repeated overeating episodes driven by emotion, habit, and conditioning. Carnivore can reduce calories for a while, but it never solves the drivers that created the extra calories in the first place. If you want,
Okay. I loved everything about that answer there. I mean, that was really good. That was really, really good. Yeah. So, hey, good question, Jeremiah. I'm glad you actually brought that one up for me to ask, because that one was interesting. I'm curious what you think after seeing that one. I might actually copy paste this. I have somebody that keeps doing the carnivore yo-yo dieting in my life. We were talking about it the other day. I might actually send them this. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and wrap up here. Again, thank you so much for chiming in the comments sections. Be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell if you want to be notified every time I go live here. And new podcast episodes come every Friday. I had one come this past Friday. You can find it on all your major podcasting platforms. You can just search for Becoming Thin. And I would love to have you come join the Becoming Thin Facebook group if you're not a part of that. And to those of you that just joined the Guild over Black Friday weekend, doors are closed as of last night. Welcome to the Guild. Glad to have you. Stay tuned to your emails and your DMs in Circle. You'll be getting a lot more information to get you plugged into things. I'm going to schedule a meeting because I want to meet you all with just you new folks. And I will see you all next week here on our Monday morning motivation live stream on YouTube. Have an amazing, wonderful day. Can't wait to see you next week. Talk soon. Bye.